Hey guys, what's up? Fur Daddy here. So today we're going to be talking about patch 6.1, how we can prepare for it, what we learned from patch 6.05, and just we're going to speculate, we're going to talk about ways to make money, we're going to just have a little chat. I hope that once you're done watching this video, you'll have a better understanding of what you need to prepare for patch 6.1, what they're going to announce, as well as just some general tips that I haven't seen in other videos. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Okay, so before this video starts, I want to just say that I recorded this whole thing over on Twitch. You can check that out in the description. I also want to ask if you guys have seen a few of my videos before to subscribe and maybe ring the notification bell. Better engagement on my videos helps me feel comfortable making more fringe and out there videos that I think you guys would really enjoy and do enjoy when I make them. So yeah, please subscribe and support the channel in every way you can. Let's get into it for real. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about in this video is basically what we learned from patch 6.0. And I think the biggest takeaway is that the market is responding way faster to demand than it has before. So for example, in patch 6.05, the classical items, when there was a demand for them, that was responded to like that. And we got the prices plummeting. So I think that's something that's important. That's why I don't think that getting the speculation is such a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea to buy items right now or like prep items right now with the sole purpose of putting them on the market board on patch day for a few reasons. One, I think that if I gave that suggestion, like I'm like, oh, craft materia or extract materia or craft raid food or something like that because of the new alliance raid, by the time that I'm making that video, there's already going to be other videos made about it. Other people are going to already be talking about it, and that's going to be that's what I learned as a content creator, basically. That any suggestions that I make in regards to that will just be met with the demand right away, which is what happened in 6.05. I think that a big part of the responsibility for why the market is this way is because of not me, obviously, but content creators like myself, and myself included, making crafting more accessible, more people responding to it, and just being more cognizant of the market board in general. There's a few creators like me who all make great content, but I think that that's something that should be taken into account. So I'm not going to suggest like specific items you should buy or things like that. I'm just going to give more general ideas to hopefully give you guys a tool set so that when the patch drops, you guys will be able to identify, oh, this is going to make me a lot of money, and then go through and use that. So keep that in mind with the rest of this video. I also think that we have learned that you're going to make most of your money on day one. So it's going to be important to get on, figure out what's expensive, and make your money that way. I saw a lot of people with 6.05 make their money with selling treasure map items, everything from treasure map items to classical gear in like the first hour. Somebody makes 25 mil, and then the next hour somebody makes like a mil, right? So it's going to be important to keep that up. It doesn't mean you need to be on right on patch day, but the amount of market awareness that you're going to need to have is directly related to how early you'll be on. You know, you're going to have to be able to identify those things right when they come out. So I'm going to help you by going over some of the stuff that's going to be added and just kind of sprinkle in suggestions here and there of what to look out for. So let's get into that part of the video now that we've discussed what we've sort of learned from patch 6.05. There is one specific thing that I want to note with 6.05, and it's specifically the fact that they're adding new housing. I think that people are seeing that they're going to be adding new housing, and so they're going to be ready to, go in and make a whole bunch of new furniture items to put that up right when 6.05 drops. And I think people are, or 6.1 drops, and I think a lot of people are going to do that. That's why I don't think that's a good idea for investment. Just because the new lottery system, people won't actually be getting into a lot of these new houses anyways for the first few days of the patch, and by then the market will have time to respond to that demand. So by the time they're actually going to buy the furniture, there's going to be a whole bunch already on the market board. So I don't really think that's a super good idea. You're welcome to do that, but yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit more about new FC crafted stuff and just crafting in general later on in the video. But yeah, that sort of covers the stuff that I think we should know and what we've learned before. I think we should apply that knowledge into everything we do in the future. So with that in mind, let's talk about some of the stuff they're adding and some ways we can still make money. So I'm going to put an update in this video after the new live letter drops, because they're going to announce a lot of stuff then. But I took a look at the 5.1 patch video, and I also took a look at the current website so we know what's coming, and I'm going to go over a few of those things now. Okay, so for this part of the video, I just want to talk about what they've announced so far, as well as what I've seen from patch 5.1, because we can apply a lot of the same knowledge to 6.1. So I'll be making an updated version of this once they actually announce the new content that's going to be coming in a live letter, and that's on April 1st. So I'll be making an updated video next week. You'll see that. So again, subscribe. But until then, let's talk about what we do know. So we do know that there's going to be new side quests added, new trials, and everything like that. That's not super relevant for us, so let's take a look at what we've learned from patch 5.1. And that was new bicolor gemstone rewards, new craftable items in the free company workshop, new crafting gear for the left side, as well as new submarine voyages. And I think that these are going to be part of the ways that we make money. I'm going to go over general tips and things that I think you should buy right at the end of the video. But these are all viable things that could release like a huge moneymaker item. So an example of that would be like a new pet or a new mount or a new fashion accessory or new glamour. These are things that people are going to be buying no matter the price, either to make videos about it or to show off or to flex or whatever. So those are all things to look out for. Bicolor gemstone rewards, an example of that would be like a tradable piece of clothing or a tradable crafting item that you can use in the future. That is very possible. Like they add a new piece of lumber that you can use, or a new cloth or something like that you can only get with bicolor gemstones. So for that reason, I think with bicolor gemstones, it's important to keep those capped going into the patch. As a matter of fact, you should probably have all of your tomestones and currencies capped going into the new expansion, just in case. New craftable items in the FC workshop. Now, this really only applies if you have a free company and the wherewithal to craft items, but this would be something like new exteriors added, for example. These will be very lucrative when they first come out. The new crafting items that they released have already reached an equilibrium, like the housing exteriors. They don't really make a huge amount of money based on what you put into them. But yeah, for crafting for the FC workshop, let me know if you guys want to see a full video on that, because it's a very lengthy process, but I'll totally make a video about what you need for your FC to be able to craft these exteriors and stuff like that. And if you're already in an FC that does that, you don't really have to worry about it. But if that's a video you guys want, let me know down below and I'll make one on it. But definitely keep an eye out for the new FC workshop items. The next one is the new crafting gear. So I think there's a lot of money to be made here potentially. There will be people that are like hype buying the new gear. But another thing to keep in mind is because of the crafting items being so easy to make now, we saw that with 6.05, it'll probably be trivial to make these items unless they've made significant changes and listened to some of the feedback. It'll probably still be really easy to make these items just with food and the gear that people already have. So on one hand, that's good news because you're not going to need super high quality gear to make it for yourself, but that's bad news because more people will be able to make it. So that's just something to keep in mind. But definitely getting a small amount of the crafting supplies needed for the gear. I'll go over some of those now. All right, yeah, so looking at these items here, we can see that we crafted our left side pieces just with like gray items and not master recipes. So these are the ones that we would have right now. What we'll be getting is, we can take a look at this one and see. We'll be getting these items here. Where are they? This like facet gear, the equivalent of this stuff. And we can take a look at these items and sort of base what we want to get off of that. So it'll be similar to the classical gear, where it'll be like an aether sand, a leather, a silk, and like a tombstone material. And so it's really important, again, I said this before, but to be capped on tombstones before this for these items, and we can kind of draw conclusions. So for example, the equivalent for this silk would be like the Almasty Surge or something like that, or the Arcean Velvet or something like that. And then we would see, so we can take a look at like the classical items to see it might take something like Arcean Velvet and then like Golden Silk, Rhodium, and the Aether Sand. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to stock up on the green sand for this. I think that's not a bad idea, as well as stocking up on your tomestones to have those in supply. So I do think it's a good idea to stock up on these, but I don't think it's a good idea to stock up on these like raw materials with the sole idea of putting them right on the market board, because I think that those items will just crash. So you can definitely save money by making it, but yeah. So to cap this video out, I want to keep things relatively short, so I just want to go over some general tips that you guys should do before patch 6.1. I've talked about these briefly in the video, but just to go over them right at the end here, I think you should prepare your inventory. This is an obvious one, but if your inventory looks as messy as mine does, you should prepare it, have it cleared out for crafting. The second thing I think you should do is cap on your tomes, your scripts, and your other currencies. So this means capping on your bicolor gemstones, capping on your other tomes, and everything like that. The other thing is a general philosophy to take into the market now that things have changed quite a bit. And that is that the name of the game for the market has changed. It's no longer about speculative investment and, you know, big braining what the new item is going to be that people are going to buy, because that's just going to crash. Other people have the same size brain as you, and they're just going to put them on the market board and undercut the hell out of you. It's about responding to the new demands before other people get a chance to. So that's where the preparation should be focused on, is creating those items, not creating like a huge stockpile of, I don't know, like alien onions to sell. We all remember the alien onion crash of 6.05. So yeah, the last one is just a little addendum that I think might be interesting. I don't want to give specific speculation advice or anything like that, but it's just that with the glamour dresser expanding, it's certainly possible that there will be like a newfound worth towards some of the older glam items. So that just might be something to consider. It's a thought that crossed my mind, and I thought I would share it with you guys. No specific items that I recommend you buy. Just stocking up on stuff like materia for crafter's materia for melding your new gear. But I don't think you should be buying any of this stuff. I think this is stuff you should just be getting passively, either through, you know, extracting materia from making stuff for your weekly deliveries and stuff like that. So I think it's good to have a healthy stockpile of this stuff, but not hold on to it with the intention of putting it on the market board. And that's the big takeaway that I think you should take from this video. Yeah. So with that in mind, let's get to the outro of the video. Okay, so this is the outro of the video. I wanted to thank you guys for watching all the way through. This was a more casual style video. I'm experimenting with new video types. I'm going to be making a follow-up to this after the live letter, talking about some more concrete information that we have. I know a lot of this is speculation right now, but I still think it's important that we just sort of are cognizant about what is going on with the market, so that we're ready to all make money when the patch drops. So yeah, I'm going to be streaming when the patch drops. I'll be streaming the live letter, and I'll be posting more money making tips and stuff like that on my Discord server and over on Twitch. So just make sure you check all that stuff out down below. Other than that, thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time.